We all know how fried foods are really not good for us. But sometimes we just can't say no to the crispy outsides and juicy insides. And let me introduce you to this delicious tonkatsu, which is Japanese-style fried pork cutlet. Here I have two very nice looking pork cutlets. They're about 1.5 centimeters in thickness. But these have still their bones intact. So first, we need to remove the bones. You can ask your local butcher to do that for you if you have the option. I sadly didn't have. So first, let's make sure our knife is very sharp, and let's try to cut the meat away from the bone as close to the bone as possible. This way we won't waste any meat. Now that the bones have been removed, let's cut along the fat edge. This will prevent the cutlet to curl while it fries. You can just go along the edge, making the downwards incisions into the fat edge. Just be careful not to cut too much into the meat itself. With the pork cutlets prepared, let's salt them generously on both sides. Put them in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to an hour. This will make a quick cure and make the meat more tender. After taking the pork cutlets out of the fridge, dry them well on paper towels. We don't want any of the moisture that has formed on the top. Of course, don't forget to clean your surface so no meat residue is left behind. Now, let's start the breading process with flour, eggs, and panko breadcrumbs. First, coat your pork cutlet well with flour. Next, let's put it into the egg and push it around the edges so that the egg coats the sides of the pork as well. Now, back to the flour. This will create a nice protective layer and ensure the crust will be extra crispy and the pork will retain its juiciness. We put it again into the egg. And lastly, it goes into the panko breadcrumbs. Make sure you spread the panko around evenly, and you can even press down on the cutlet a tiny bit to let them stick better. Place the breaded cutlet onto a plate and finish the breading the other cutlet as well. Heat up the oil in a pan until it reaches the 180 degrees Celsius. Now take your breaded pork cutlets and gently lay them into the oil. Always lay them away from you. This way you will prevent any hot oil from splattering onto you. Fry the cutlets off for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until the inner temperature reaches 57 degrees Celsius. While you fry them, turn the cutlets over a couple of times so the coating browns evenly on both sides. As you can see, the coating is nice and golden brown now. Take the cutlets out of the oil and place them onto a paper towel or a wire rack to drain off the excess oil. Salt the cutlets immediately, and now let's serve them up. Place the cutlets onto a board. Let's listen to the crispiness of this coating. Marvelous, isn't it? Now, let's cut them into strips. Serve them on a bed of rice and with some shredded cabbage. I do hope you get to make this yourself. It's well worth the effort. Have you tried tonkatsu before? Or maybe you know it better under the name of a fried cutlet. Did you enjoy it? Post down in the comments what is your favorite fried food and why. For a good measure, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out and we can have delicious bites together. Until next time, bye bye!